Welcome back to WTMB, the Good Morning Show. We are live again at Arnold Elementary School, Arnold Memorial Elementary School, doing that all morning. So we have commandeered Seema Swartzel, the award-winning teacher.
Award-winning.
Yes. We commandeered her classroom. And I have a special guest with
Ta-da!
me today, Mr. Kevin Brooks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by, and I'm sure you were here to talk to the kids about, I forget, what is it you do?
It's that thing. That thing you do. Yeah. I think it's a song, isn't it?
Yeah, a movie too,
It is a movie.
So what were you here talking about? Just government, local government, state government?
I was talking about state government. I'm thrilled whenever Mrs. Schwartzel calls and Miss Wilson to stop by for Career Day. And I always tell the story. I told it twice. I had 2 classes this morning. I always tell the story that it was in a classroom setting. My 12th grade government teacher who inspired me to think that public service was actually something you could do as a career, and then took us to Washington. And it was on that trip when my senator sat me behind his desk and said, "You could do this," that it sort of planted that seed. And so I always tell the kids, hopefully one of you will come to my office, sit at my desk, and have that same thought and seed planted within you that this is what you want to do. To me, it's a very, very important and critical part of the Career Day process.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that from a perspective of someone seeing public service as a career.
Yeah, no
so
question.
Can you talk a little bit about like your entry point into this and the kind of how you've got to where you're at today?
You know, it's a long and boring story, but I've always been a history geek. I'm a history major from Lee University. It was Lee College back then, and you can trace back through all of my high school papers, all of my college papers. It was always the Kennedys and the Roosevelts and the Reagans, and as geeky as that sounds, that's what I loved to study. And my trajectory and my path to public service is actually the most mundane and simple. I was just the guy that always volunteered the bumper stickers and the signs in the yards, and thankfully a door opened. God opened the door for us 10 years ago, which is hard to believe. And so I moved from the guy working the campaigns to the guy whose name was on the bumper sticker. Now that's a whole other story about what that does in your head, and it's a thrill. I always thank, this morning again, both classes. I said, please thank your moms and dads, thank your grandparents, thank your aunt and uncles for allowing me the honor of serving this community and serving them. And then I use the illustration of a mailman, because people ask, what does a representative do? And 5th graders, the honesty and the transparency is fabulous. And it keeps guys like me grounded, because that's what it's all about. And when they ask, what does a rep do? I tell them, I deliver the mail. I'm just like a mailman. I take the messages from your families and your friends, and I deliver those to Nashville. And we try to bring good news home. We try to bring grants and things that help our community. Exit 20, for example. Highway 60, the most important thing that people talk about now. And then occasionally we have to bring home bad news. And occasionally we don't get any news, which is just as frustrating to me as it is to the voters that send me. So all of those examples, I love to show the similarities. Just like Arnold, we have to ring a bell at the beginning of school. If I'm tardy, I have to have a note to hand to the Speaker of the House. And most importantly, I tell them, all the women in these classes, we have done the smartest thing ever. We elected a woman to be the Speaker of the House, and now the first woman in the history of the state is the Chief Clerk, and things have never been better. Bills are paid, the schedules are perfect, everything runs like a fine watch, and I think it's because we elected an amazing leader, Beth Harwell, and now Tammy Letzler as Chief Clerk, and the girls, they love to hear that. It's thrilling to them.
So now we'll get into all the hard stuff like gas tax and fiber and everything. No.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
In all seriousness, with Career Day, if someone was watching and they were thinking, I would really like to look at the possibility of becoming a representative, either local government or state government, or even going for a national stage, what recommendation would you give them?
You know, I actually say the same thing that was my own true story. I say get involved. At every level. I was involved in campaigns from high school and college all through my current life. I still participate in others' campaigns, and that's what I tell people. The volunteerism, the serving, to me that's it. That's the core. If you are willing to serve at any level, as mundane as handing out bumper stickers or picking up the trash or whatever you're having to do at the campaign headquarters, I think that resonates with people. They see that willingness to serve, and then if God blesses you with the ability to have a career in service, leading with service, being an example of a servant leader, it's not only what Christ taught us, but I think it's what people look to. I personally have a strong mandate to change the perception of public service, that it truly is a calling, it truly can be a ministry. No one ever tells you that. When you run for office, and I used to jokingly say I'm going to write a book, Freshman for Dummies, when I was a newly elected freshman. They don't tell you how much you can help people. They don't tell you that on a daily level, on a practical level, there's not a day that goes by that we don't get an email about TennCare or DCS or DHS or Veterans Affairs that we're not able to say, Lord willing, we're going to fix this. And I'm so thrilled that that's the most gratifying job anybody could ask for.
Sure. Well, I appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.
Appreciate your time with the kids, especially giving away some of your time to help.
This
with
is where it
Career
starts.
Day. Yep.
This is where it starts, brother. Go Mustangs.
Yep. And then popping in here, we need to get the championship Mustangs. Do you think we can arrange to get the world champion Arnold Mustang basketball team?
We can work on that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can arrange that.
That's awesome.
So thanks for your time, Kevin.
Thank you, brother.
And I appreciate it.
See you
We'll be
soon.
right back.